from within ourselves. The ability to sit down with our best friend inside and to start to recognize and to start to learn and to start to utilize what we have within who we are. It's quite amazing how um, when you look within for the answers, you start to find them. And a lot of times we're seeking outward for what already exists inside. You know, as I was sitting there in meditation, I started to recognize that um, we are important, that our internal dialogue, our internal relationship with ourselves matters, that if you put the time, the effort, the ability in, you know, and you start to prepare yourself in advance, the ability for you to open up, for you to be able to use your gifts, your talents, your abilities, it will start to open up from within you. It will start to manifest in your life. And ultimately, when we start doing that, when we start putting in our ability within, when we start to truly look within for the answers, when we start to look within uh, for the solutions, we start to become that ability. We start to open ourselves up to believing in our dreams, our goals. And when we are within who we are, when we're truly starting to put that kind of time and that kind of effort in, it reminds us that what's inside is greater than the challenges that we face off against. And ultimately, finding that place inside of yourself where you're able to ask that question that I do every single day, which is what I'm doing today. Is it motivation? Is it meditation? Is it inspiration? Um, and how can we use that part of ourselves to manifest? What does it mean to go within? What does it mean to use our gifts, our abilities? You know, are we putting in that kind of effort? Are we putting in that kind of ability to where our dreams become possible? You know, I'm looking at a part of the challenges that we face off against on a daily basis, and we look within for the answers, you know. And when you start to ask yourself, you know, why is those things happening? How are those things happening? You know, you start to use those logical skills, you start to use those abilities to understand why the energy is flowing within you and how it starts to flow within you. When you start to put the time into to become best friends with yourself, to start to care for yourself, you will allow the universe to work in a way in which things start coming towards you that are meant for you. And it's definitely important to set those places aside, set those times aside where when you're doing this, you're doing this. When you're here and you're in this place, a lot of people go to positions that are out of their homes for discipline. They go for the hours that they clock in, the studies that they go after are quite interesting because a lot of the times we have to go places to find a place to organize ourselves, to be able to start to find that part of who we are within. And it's quite amazing how when you start to become best friends with yourself, you start to enjoy being yourself. You start to enjoy being by yourself. And it truly starts to become an amazing journey when you start to find the connections within you. You start to find the ability the mentality to believe in yourself and to believe in your being, that what you have within is worth it. And when we put in that kind of time and we start putting in that kind of effort and that kind of ability to where our energy starts to flow and it starts to become a part of our everyday journey to believe in ourselves to that point where no matter the challenges, we have the ability to overcome them. And it's amazing to look and to recognize that sometimes we have to stop and take a look at ourselves and take a look at what we want to achieve for ourselves, so that we want to achieve within ourselves. And that is what focus does. It gives you the ability to sit down and to start to put an effort and a time into you, to put an effort and a time into what it means to be you. And when we start to do that, when we start to overcome our challenges with who we are within, when we start to manifest from within our beings, when we start to believe in ourselves and we start to believe in our ability, that our mentality starts to open up, ultimately becoming best friends with yourself, believing that you have what it takes within you, that you can start to build you up, that you can start to use the knowledge that you have inside, that you can start to open up. And expressing how the ability to sit down and to make sure that you have that kind of time for yourself, it truly prepares you for your day. It truly prepares you to face off against the things that you will within your day, within your being. And, you know, the things that make and remind us of that is when we set time aside to do that, when we set the time aside to where we recognize that we're important, where we recognize that I have to invest something into me. I have to invest it into the ability to be oneself, to believe that what it takes is to go within to find the answers, that what it takes is the person within who you are that becomes that beast, that becomes that driving force to the reason why you do things in your day, why you put that time, that effort, that ability in place to prepare yourself to overcome your challenges. When we are ultimately blaming other people for the challenges that we face off against, we're not giving ourselves the ability inside to find the answers, to find the energy that flows within. When we are making excuses and needing to have this or have that for us to be okay, instead of making sure that we set the time, the space, and the energy aside, you know, the focus, the knowledge, and the discipline. You know, if you find that you're having challenges in your professions, look at how you're going about your profession, not the profession itself, but how you're going about it. You know, are you putting the energy in place where no matter what you're going through, what you have within is greater than those challenges? Have you taken the time to prepare yourself before your day? Have you taken the time to put those kinds of things in place where you become the results, where you are the manifestation of your being, where what you're facing off against isn't greater than what's going on inside of you? Because when you look within for the answers, when you look within for the ability, true mentality starts to open up. The ability to observe, the ability to use your gifts, to use your talents, to use the knowledge that you have within. I heard a quote, and I don't know exactly which motivational speaker had stated it. It says that a lady asked Paso Picasso to do a drawing on a napkin, and he passed her a piece of paper with a price on it, and she was in shock. Why would you charge that? And it's because Paso Picasso said, it took me 20 years to learn how to do this. You know, as I get into the practice of simplicity, of what is you, and you start to connect with what makes you you, when you truly start to speak what comes from within, when you truly start to overcome your challenges by being yourself, when you start to manifest from within who you are, when you spend that kind of time on yourself, when you spend that kind of ability within you, when you start to manifest your being, when your purpose starts to open up and the challenges that you face off against start to be overcome, you know, your skills start to have value. Your ability within starts to utilize your purpose. Your dreams start to become possible. And, you know, it's putting that time, that effort, and that ability into yourself that ultimately starts to open that up. It starts to become the gift that you are. It starts to become the ability that you have within. And when you're facing off against challenges, are you preparing yourself in advance? Are you preparing yourself for what your day will bring? Are you giving yourself the ability to look within for the answers and the results to reflect outwards? Are you getting to that place where what you have within is speaking its way out? Is it becoming a part of what your everyday life is? Is the knowledge inside of you, are you hearing what I'm saying? It's the knowledge inside of you that's reflecting on the outside. Are you getting after your dreams? Are you getting after your goals within you first? Is what's happening on the outside, is it reflecting from within who you are? Are you becoming that manifestation? Are you becoming that person that you want to dream, that you want to manifest, that what you want to seek, what you want to achieve, what you want to overcome is already within you? Are you hearing what I'm saying? The ability for those challenges to be overcome already exists inside of you. If you believe in yourself, if you put in the time, if you put in the effort, you know, eventually I'm going to start putting a video camera out there in my sauna, in my steam room, once I have it. Right now I have a meditation room. You know, I just went out there and I put two 20-minute sessions in, you know, in Lotus, and I put the time in to start to get that thing flowing, to start to get that energy inside going, that what goes on inside becomes a reflection outwards, that what we can manifest within our being becomes our preparation for the ability for challenges to be overcome, that what we have within ourselves is something great, that the greatness within who we are is something beyond, that what we are seeking out after, we truly can become, that we can manifest our dreams. And when you start to believe in yourself, you will start to see those things start to happen around you. And when you start to believe that you can achieve it, then you can manifest it. When you start to believe that you can achieve it, then it starts to become possible. It will find its way towards you if you allow those things to happen, if you allow that part of your being to open up. So when we manifest within ourselves, when we manifest within our dreams, when we're starting to grow, we have to ask ourselves those types of questions. What does it mean to be you? What does it mean to be within you, to use your abilities, to use your manifestation? Are you giving yourself that kind of time to grow, that kind of strength within you? You know, one of my favorite things to do is to exercise. You know, when you exercise, you're investing in yourself. You're putting time into your energy within your being. You're putting time into the ability within yourself to open up, to ultimately become that solution, to utilize yourself to strengthen you, to strengthen your mind, to strengthen your ability. And when you're sitting in meditation, you're doing the same thing from within. You're connecting with your breath. You're connecting with your ability within who you are. And when you start to overcome those kind of challenges by being yourself, you will start to see the amazing things that start to happen in your life. And when they start to happen within your being, they become a reflection outwards, and what comes to you is the universal yields. That's why things like biblically, the law of riches are understood, that what we are within ourselves is greater than the things that are going on around us, that those things that are happening around us are happening actually for us. And when we're ultimately embracing that, when we're embracing that ability that what is going on within is greater than the challenges that are going on around us, then we become that tool to the universe. That universe has the ability to use your gifts, to use your talents, to use your abilities in ways that set you aside, that set you unique, and that give you the ability to believe in yourself, to believe in your dreams. And when your dreams become your reality, when your dreams become your manifestation, you know, you start to have things like a meditation room. You start to have things like an office. You start to have things, and people that are meant to be in your life start to come in your direction. They start to manifest from within, and it reflects outwards. And so if we're able to become that within ourselves, within our beings, within our purpose, then our challenges no longer have the ability to hold us back. And when I look within for that answer, that's spending time on our internal dialogue, and that's putting yourself in a place where your knowledge has the ability to open up. You know, if you're able to be by yourself, that's a blessing, because when you're by yourself, you're growing. When you're by yourself, you're looking for solutions. When you're by yourself, you're finding ways to uplift you, and you're starting to become what you're looking for within. And when you believe in you in a way in which only you can, then your dreams will start to become something greater than your challenges. Your dreams will become something to where no matter the challenges you face off against, you will become that solution. And inside of that place is where you'll start to find discipline. You'll start to find the ability to overcome your hurdles, to start to be something great, to be something where no matter the challenges, you have what it takes within yourself. There's a lot of gifts and a lot of talent out there. Do we apply it? Do we say, hey, no matter what, I'm going to make it? Do we put it in our minds to where it truly becomes a reflection outwards, where everything that we do within our day, within our being, within our purpose is finding its way to become a universal blessing? Is your ability to prepare yourself for the things that you're about to face off against today giving you the ability to overcome things? Or is what's going on inside greater than what's going on outside? And if it becomes to that place where you're stronger within, then you have the ability to stand up against the challenges that you face off against, and we start to become something called a disciplined being, disciplined self, a practitioner of being you, a practitioner of that. And that is what I truly believe Bruce Lee was talking about when he was saying martial arts is ultimately the ability to express yourself in a combative form. Is that he also said, I see myself in a third party when I'm fighting. Are we observing ourselves to the point where we start to know who we are within, that we start to use that part of our being in such a way that no matter the challenges we're facing off against, what we have going on inside is greater than them? See, this is the type of questions that I ask on a daily. These are the type of things that ask me, is what I'm doing today, is it motivation? Is what I'm doing today, is it meditation? Is what I'm doing today, is it inspiration? Is what I'm doing today, is the things that I'm listening to, the things that I'm speaking out, the things that I'm doing on a daily basis, is it going to bring me closer to the ability to be motivation, meditation, and inspiration? Am I putting the time in? Am I putting in the effort? Am I putting in the ability? Am I getting up and, getting into that meditation room and doing meditation? Am I getting up and am I putting in those videos before I start my day? Am I putting in that time? Am I getting out there? Am I starting to get after those energy readings? Am I starting to get after the gifts, the talents, the abilities? Am I putting the time in my profession? Am I putting the time in my everyday life in such a way that the reflection is coming, that I am a practitioner of this being, that I am connected with this person, that what I am going through, the challenges that I'm facing off against, are truly being overcome? Is what I'm doing, is that the thing that's bringing me closer to this being? Is it bringing me closer to this ability within who I am? Am I at a place where the reflection is being? It's human being. It's being more than just. Is it justifying my existence? Is it giving the ability that what is going on within is greater than the challenges that are going on from the outside? And I've spent the last few days studying that. I've spent the last few days resting. The last 2 days I've had out of my position for rest. These last 2 days I've had an ability to sit down and to study and to organize the things that I have, the ability to sit inside and to focus on this being. And it is amazing how the challenges that we're facing off against on a daily basis are not greater than what goes on inside of ourselves. I set up my meditation room. I got my office almost completely done. I'm getting ready to start to get after my videos, to get after my dream of being a motivational speaker, the best meditator in the world, and to be so disciplined that I can inspire other people, to uplift them, to be able to be who they are, and to start to get into the ability to utilize energy readings and to utilize the energy that we have inside of ourselves. If you're looking to get an energy reading, please reach out to me. We'll get one set up. Those are really amazing things. They help to understand what's going on inside, that your energy can start to flow, that you start to believe in yourself, and you start to believe in your being, and you start to believe in your purpose, that you become the reflection. And understanding how your energy flows inside of yourself, and that you can use that energy on a daily basis, is what I look to do on a daily. It's what I look to do in this world. It's what I look to do when the universe yields it. When the universe gives the ability, it's already manifested, because the mind has the ability to manifest things that we seek out after. It has the ability to manifest what we truly can become disciplined. Are we putting in that kind of time? Are we putting in that kind of effort? Are we putting in that kind of ability to where our dreams, our manifestations start to become a reality? And I'm starting to see those things happening in my life. I'm starting to see those things happening within my being, within my purpose. As I start to sit down and I start to study and I start to put that effort in and that ability in to work towards that place where I know that I can go. When we are looking towards that place where we know we can manifest, where we can believe in ourselves and we can believe in our beings, that we have what it takes to be our dreams. What means the most to me is that I can find a place of discipline where it will uplift other people, where this message will come together for you, that the people around you would see the blessing that you are inside. That, one of the things that I look forward to eventually doing is starting a men's group where we start to believe in ourselves, that, has to deal with abusive relationships where wives have taken advantage of their husbands and have taken them out of that place where they feel that they have value, where they can't express themselves, where they absolutely become ripped apart inside. And I want to uplift them. I want to start to let them to know that you can express yourself, that you can achieve your dreams, that there are people out there that you can attract towards you what you manifest from within your being, that what you have within you is worth it, that your ability, your cause, your purpose on the face of the planet, the blessings will attract those things that are meant for you, that you have what it takes within your being to overcome. But some of those things that we have to face off against is allowing ourselves to accept that we are where we are because we put ourselves there, that we can overcome those challenges by believing in ourselves, that our mentalities can open up our being, that our purposes are greater than our challenges that are going on around us. See, that's what my calling is here for. It's to uplift people. It's to become a reflection of inspiration, that the level of discipline, the challenges that I have gone through, that other people on the face of the planet wouldn't have to, that they would find a support group, that they would find a group of people who would believe in them, that would build a community that believed in meditation, that believed in motivating, that believed in inspiration. It wasn't just about motivation. It wasn't just about inspiration. It was about you and what's going on inside of you and how to utilize your being and how to overcome and to dominate your positions, to dominate your relationships, to dominate your being and to become that person you are within and to be in the present moment. And I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot from the people that I've had around me. I've learned how to communicate in ways to express, to allow the mind to overcome, to allow the mind to manifest, to vibrate outwards in such a way that it yields itself back to us, that what we seek within is the answers that become the solutions, that become the reflection outwards when we're willing to focus, to utilize our tools like writing things down, like putting the ability within, like utilizing our gifts, like utilizing our abilities, like utilizing the challenges that we face off against by ultimately speaking them out, by, becoming that blessing, by utilizing what the universe is, that ability to become that reflection of the Creator, and to utilize this purpose that you're on, that your journey, your path, your purpose has meaning, that a lot of people are trying to leave this part of this instead of enjoy this part of their journey. And I'm here to tell you it's worth it. It's worth enjoying your journey. It's worth it. When I watched a friend pass, I remembered the things that they had taught me were enjoy life. Enjoy the ability to be yourself, to use your gifts, to study who you are, that the pain becomes a teacher, that it teaches you how to manifest, how to cope, how to become yourself and to utilize your being in ways in which I look forward to inspire you all out there. I just want you to see that you're a blessing in this universe, and that the challenges that you face off against, they're not here to stop you. They're here to make you. And the more disciplined you become, the more the reflection radiates outwards. As I ask this question every day, is what I'm doing today, is it motivation? Is it meditation? Is it inspiration? Subscribe, YouTube, Facebook, podcasts, Instagram. And if you'd like to have me speak for you or your group, or, I'm sending out the ability for people to start to get mentoring, to start to get those things going. And I just want you all to be blessed as always. Blessings, 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 and namaste.